What's going on, guys? Uh, Starting off legs here at Bob's Fitness with a beast of a hamstring curl, single leg curl by Legend Strength. Um, Basically, just trying to show you guys my weekly training going through this pandemic or whatever you want to call it. So, starting out at about 10 reps, uh, my feeder sets were around about 5 to 10 reps. I didn't want to exhaust myself out before I got to the max set, or sets rather, as I did 3 working sets. Volume slowly creeping up on my leg days. Just try to get them to try to fill out the gap. Bigger glutes, bigger hams, bigger quads. That's the goal. When I train legs, I think of the total leg, and every movement that I program affects the total leg. So making sure that things go the way they're supposed to go, going in to a training session with a good mental state, and just trying to push to the max and make sure that everything is contracting and firing on all cylinders. This particular machine is the humbler of hamstring curls, right? Um, I went up to about 80 on this and only managed about 5 reps. So at that point, I had to reevaluate what I was going to do as far as trying to progress on this exercise for the day. Um, Now, I want you to keep in mind that it's not. This is not an exercise that I'm keeping in 100% for the simple fact that I plan to do the majority of my leg training at Iron Heaven, and they have a single leg curl, but it's of the flex variety. They don't have this one. So just making sure that when I do come over here, I try to use some stuff that I can't do at Iron Heaven, and then when I go to Iron Heaven, I kind of keep the work standardized and the same. But I've been keeping it the same for the past 3 weeks, and today I just wanted a bit of a change up so I could be refreshed. I know a lot of people talk about you don't need a lot of variety in a program, and truthfully, you don't. You need to just work at exercises rather that work really, really well for you. Um, but what I will say is that looking at it from a pure quote unquote meathead type of standpoint, you got all this beautiful equipment in the gym and you don't want to use it. So whenever I go in, I try to stick to the script, but sometimes, like today, you got to change it up a little bit. The safety bar that's at this particular gym, I do not like, so I don't do it. So, what's the closest thing that I can do? Well, I can get a machine that sets up like a safety bar and go to town on it. So, that's what I did here, and that's what you're watching, the Rogers Pendulum Squat, Power Squat, whatever you want to call it. Um, I like this machine. It really doesn't kill my hips or my knees or anything like that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep all the tension on my quads and then just sink down into the movement nice and deep to get a good stretch in the quads and then hold it for a second and explode back up. So I'm trying to minimize the body language that I do have with that particular exercise. I'm not trying to bounce up and down out of the hole. That's not what creates muscle. What creates muscle is well-intentioned movements, superior attention to detail, which is something that I'm still trying to get, and just a never say die attitude. So we're gonna keep it moving, we'll keep it rolling, and keep it going that way. If I sound a little bit exhausted, trust me, I am. So I do apologize for the lack of enthusiasm, but make no mistake about it. I do love being in the gym. I do love making this content for you guys. So please just excuse me for today, and we'll get through it together. You know what I mean? I want to talk on exhaustion and bodybuilding a bit. There's many ways to measure fatigue now, and all of them are very viable options in which you can measure your fatigue. You got the Aura Ring, you got Elite HRV with the pulse monitor, something I used to do. Um, but the best, in my opinion, um, can be how you just feel. So going into the workout, I knew I didn't have enough sleep, but I went ahead on with it anyway because I need to get this workout knocked out. So, um, when you're evaluating how you feel, if you don't have a Aura ring, which they are pricey, if you don't have a Polar H10 monitor, it's quite all right. But you're gonna have to understand you're gonna have to go by feel, and you're gonna have to be honest with yourself. That doesn't mean skimp out on the workout intensity or anything like that. But what it means is that you have to actively take stock on how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Um, Now, obviously, stress is a silent killer. We can't see the effects of it on us. So that's why you have to do your best to make the lead up to your session as stress free as possible. And if you have multiple sessions, that's the harder you're going to have to work. Or you could just control your response to things. If you notice, a lot of top champions of the sport, bodybuilding in particular, is that they keep their stress levels low. Yes, they have businesses. Yes, they have families. Yes, they have a myriad of other things, but they keep their stress as low as possible. So everything is running at an efficient um, rate for them. So eventually, if you want to turn pro, that's what you're going to have to work towards. Um, it's not easy, but it is worth it. Just to let everyone know, I'm also using the hip press, quote unquote, by Pendulum Strength. Very, very, very good piece of equipment. Used it for my leg press variation today. And just finishing off legs with some leg extensions and calling it good. So nothing too fancy here for at least for legs, and that's fine. Didn't go heavy on these, just kind of stuck around the 3 plate range and a couple of sets of 12. Like I said, nothing fancy. More of a bricklayer workout than anything. Or not even bricklayer, just a punch the clock workout. I got that from Dan John and Never Let Go. So, yeah, trying to be the working man's bodybuilder. That's what I'm trying to be, the working man's bodybuilder. Thank you for listening to my tire behind ramble on about stress and my leg day. Oh, I also did a little bit of biceps here too. Just trying to pump up the volume on these. Did 3 sets, 15, no big deal. Um, if you like the content, if you don't like the content, uh, leave me a suggestion on how I can make it better and more accessible to you, um, or bring it down to a level that you may understand better. Um, Again, if you have any questions, please just give me a call. Not a call, but just message me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. So until then, I'm signing out. A little bit tired, but we finished that workout, and there's no quitting me. So y'all take care, guys. I'll see you soon.